Broadcast began with Lena Vance standing on the deck of a research vessel, the wind whipping her hair. She smiled for the camera, the picture of professional composure. "We're approaching the coordinates now," she said, her voice crisp over the microphone. "The legendary sunken city of Ethel Guard. For centuries, it's been little more than a sailor's myth." But Lena knew it was real. Her grandfather's stories weren't just tales. He'd whispered of gold hidden in the city's heart, a fortune that had become a family obsession. In her bag was the reason she was really here, a leather-bound book he'd left her, covered in warnings. "Never read from it, Lena. Some pages should never be turned." As the boat slowed above the dark water, her camera died. Not a battery warning, just silence. A deep, resonant hum vibrated through the hull, a sound that felt older than the ocean itself. Through the choppy water, she saw the first archway of the city, its stonework carved with symbols that perfectly matched the ones in her forbidden book. Lena descended into the crushing silence. The cold seeped through her wetsuit as she swam past towering structures swallowed by the deep. It wasn't a city of treasure, but a tomb of immense empty plazas and silent halls. The weight of centuries pressed down on her. She followed the humming, a pull in her blood, to a vast circular chamber. At its center stood a simple stone altar, devoid of any gold or jewels. It was covered in the same intricate symbols from her book. This was it, the source of the stories. Her heart hammered against her ribs, a mix of fear and that old inherited greed. The warnings echoed in her mind, but they were drowned out by a louder voice. What if it's true? Her curiosity, that family flaw, overrode every instinct telling her to surface. With trembling hands, she unsealed the book. The pages felt like dry skin. She found the passage her grandfather had marked, the ink faded but clear. She read the first line aloud, her voice a distorted bubble in the water. It was a mistake born of avarice and a desperate need to believe the stories were real. The chamber responded instantly. The low hum sharpened into a discernible frequency, a voice that wasn't a voice, a pressure inside her skull. The symbols on the altar flared with a sickly green light. One by one, the stone seals around the chamber's perimeter cracked, ancient bindings shattered by her words. The awakening shadows began to pull themselves from the walls, not absences of light, but tangible things that moved with purpose, coalescing above the altar. Lena finally understood. The gold was allure, a story crafted to draw someone exactly like her, someone hungry enough to ignore the warnings. The entity hadn't been guarding treasure, it was the treasure, and she had just unwrapped it. A vision slammed into her mind, not through her eyes, but directly into her consciousness. A world in flames, cities crumbling to dust, skies blackened by a presence that fed on despair. This was its past. This was what the city had sealed away. Panic, cold and absolute, seized her. She fumbled with the book, her fingers numb, searching for the verses her grandfather said could rebind what was freed. She found them. The script was a mirror of the opening phrase, a counter-ritual. But as she began to read, the words stuck in her throat. The text was clear. To reseal a thing of such power required a balance. A life for a life. A sacrifice to power the cage. The shadows swirled faster, forming a shape that was both vast and horrifically empty. It was turning its attention outward, toward the world above, toward the light. Lena looked from the emerging entity to the book in her hands. There was no time for heroes or clever escapes. Her mistake required her solution. She made the final choice. She offered herself not as a victim, but as the final component of the seal. She read the closing verse, her voice steady now, pouring every ounce of her will into the words. The light from the altar flared, and the shadows rushed toward her. She was never seen again. It was finally sealed. The secret of the sunken city wasn't gold or glory. It was a reminder. Some secrets are buried for a reason. Some pages should never ever be turned.